Where's my mic? Why is it not doing? There it is. Hi. Hi. I'm just gonna be live. I'm gonna be mic'd for a second while I get stuff set up. Cause I'm late. And you know what? Sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's quite bad to be late to things. But when I'm late to my own stuff, I know that is actually a very bad thing to do, a very bad habit. I'm never late to my tarot streams. I feel like I'm always late to my art streams, every single one. Not really sure how I do that. Anyway, I'm still setting up. Promise I'm setting up on my end. Just getting things going. Getting my phone ready. Everyone's always so flabbergasted that I draw on my phone. I'm pretty sure I will be going home for Christmas, though. Being able to bring my... what is it called? A tablet home with me. No promises it will work right away is the problem. It is one of those kinds of tablets that you do have to plug into a PC to make it work. And if I plug one more thing into this laptop, it will explode. So I would have to actually build the PC, and I know that I only have about half of a PC in those luggages that I would be bringing home with me. Yes, I would like to start casting. And yes, I would like to start seeing that here. I would like to mute myself so I don't go absolutely bunk wild with echo. Don't want that. Okay, and then we're working on bonk. Okay, heck. Hi, Amber. It's so good to see you. Hello. Hi, Sen. As for the next goal, and you know what? I was going to come in here and tell you guys some fun stuff. Here I am. Tell you guys some fun stuff that Lynn I've been working on manifesting. I've been working on doing some spells and stuff and actually trying to use my magic for myself and rather than just for other people. And Lynn quietly scolded me the other day for never doing that. And then literally yesterday, I headed to ... the post office. Ooh. What are you picking up at the post office? That's exciting. What was I saying? Oh, that I was gently being scolded for not manifesting money. But I have been working on trying to get into one of my bank accounts for 2 years because for some reason they would not let me in no matter what. It was very annoying and very difficult. And so I finally got in yesterday and there was enough money in there to do one leg of my Christmas trip. So half of what I needed, which is really nice. And I'm going to ask for the other half from my different families. I'm sure that it will be a Christmas gift that they would be willing to give me. But anyway, I was very happy about it. But it will maybe be a goal. But I think it'll happen. So we have one half of our bonk. If you've noticed that the trend of the emotes is that I simply do not give myself enough room to have a head. I think this has happened in multiple emotes now, so don't love that, but we're gonna try and fix it. I think part of it... okay, here's the layer we're gonna fix this with. Part of it is that I just kind of go for stuff and shouldn't. Let's turn off our pool noodle for a second too, so I can see what I'm doing. I say, and then reveal that there's just like a lot of extra stuff happening. But yes, very, very nice. Very happy making. Hello, Stephanie. How are you doing today? And then this one will also need a fair amount of help. We're just going to get rid of all of this real quick so that I have room to have a brain up in here, because I would like to have a brain. But yeah, so far so good. How is everyone doing? Happy... What is today? Happy Wednesday. So the thing with this is I think it's going to be more like it. And then that's the top of the hat. And then the stripedy goes here. And then I think that that will fix my not having enough room for my brain problem. I hope my day is good. My day should be good. It's been eventful. And my tummy has been hurting the whole time. My tummy hurty, and I'm being so brave about it. Tummy hurty is not like a problem I usually have. It's Thursday. Oh my god. Simply unbelievable. Simply unavoidable. We cannot have it. It's Thursday. I left the house today. Learned that I need to leave the house much more often, but did my best. Is it there? Oh, it is here. Why is my tummy hurty? Don't know. Hi, Brune. Welcome. Hello, hello. Look, I have space for my brain now. We love to see it. But yeah, I don't know why my tummy hurty. It's not something I normally have to deal with. I have many health symptoms, but tummy hurty's not usually one of them. So it's been a weird day. There we go. That's much better. We gotta fix hard mistakes when we see them. Okay. I also just now realized that my band on my hat is not light and does not have a stripe on it. It's actually dark. It has no stripe on it, but it's okay. Sometimes I forget what I look like. Whatever. It's readable. It's readable and it matches all the other ones. So it's Friday here. Hello from the future. How's it going? How's Friday going? I would love to know, Sen. I'm glad to have you here. How's your tech stuff going? Thank you for being here. Okay, so we have one half of our bonk. Let's see how the other half's going to be. So I'm going to pull that folder in. We're going to make a new one. We're going to take this, put it down. What all changes here? Not a whole bunch. Not a whole bunch. Really only the mouth. So we'll pull this back down to 5. I've also been working on Clow stuff today. I was so late because I was reading my Clow information and had lost track of time. But I know Brune very much wants me to have my Clow deck ready, so I am Trying to get that done, and I want it done for me too, so future sucks. Oh, man. I'll prepare it accordingly for it's going to be lovely. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Friday's confusing, I bet. Did Lynn show you my art? No! What? No, I have not been shown art. I'm excited to see it. I don't think my phone is set up the same as computers. Maybe? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. And then we have some Teos. Some big crybaby Teos, which I do in fact have. That is a real thing that I have. When they have time to check us, I will. Currently, they are teaching class. I just got offered another class from our school. A level like 9. There's only 10 levels. It's just like a conversation class. I haven't done that before. They've kind of typecast me as the one who teaches. Hey, hello, Jake. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How are you doing? Thank you for popping in. But yeah, my school's kind of typecast me as the one who teaches the lower levels, but not ones. For some reason, I've been typecast as the one who teaches level 3. I didn't sign up for that. I just said, yeah, I can teach English. And they went, cool. This one teaches like she's teaching 1st grade. We're going to give her all of the level 3 classes. Like, okay. Good and great. Fantastic. That's what I want to hear. So being offered a level 9, I'm a little bit actually like trying not to be intimidated. Because I'm like, I don't know if this is what this guy wants. Does he really want the one that acts like a school teacher? Bonk. I think that's it. I think that's it. So we can turn off our first pool noodle. Well, actually, I need to grab the color first. Tad C. I don't think I know that. What's TADC? Fill up. Pool noodle. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and go for current layer. I know that's not what I usually do. It's not recommended, but we're gonna do it anyway. Grab this. I want it to be more blue. So I actually just change the color completely. It's fine. How am I gonna do this? Certainly not like that. Certainly not like that. I think it would actually be pretty easy to pull this down under this. Bonk, done. And then somewhere in here, I don't? Oh, I do. I was like, I gave myself a mouth color. Oh, Amazing Digital Circus. Oh, okay. My bad, my bad. I haven't watched it yet, but literally everything I see about it looks good. I just simply have not watched it yet. I know that there's a lot of drama that does not seem earned, but As far as I can tell, it looks really good. I just haven't watched it yet. Oh. Okay, and then I was like, what's going on with that? It's the glasses need to be above here. Or else it's gonna look real strange. Half moon, but it was red? That's gorgeous. I love moons like that. I love moons like that. I go crazy for harvest moons. I've heard the last episode was kind of bad. I've heard mixed things. Mostly that, like, some people thought it was bad. And there was a lot of drama around it. But as somebody who really enjoys, like, indie art, I am biased towards the creator, even though I've never seen it. I don't trust animated shows lately. Ooh, tell me more. Why don't you trust them? I'm sure it just seems like you have a really good take. Honk. Heck yeah. I was I was expecting this again. Like I say, every single time we do something, expecting this to take longer than it did. That's okay. So we'll go ahead. I want to check this though, because I don't think, yeah, there's no like sphere lines. So we'll go ahead and erase that for this one, all the little fear squiggly lines. Oh, and we wanted my glasses to go kind of off kilter. Like they bounced, right? something something like that. Like, hold on. Where were they? They're here. Kind of like they boinked off a little bit. Like that. Afraid they're AI. I mean, that would make sense. It's just not what I want from the world. Forcibly made for an adult audience and gross or promising but flat. Oh. Understandable. I don't know if I saved this or not, so I'm just going to save it again. Forcibly promising but flat. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. This another. What is this? What is this and where did it come from? We have so many things like this. I don't know how I managed it. Dots where they don't need to be? Hello? It's all these. Yeah, it's in here. Is this in here too? It is. Okay. It's dirty. I don't like it. Save again. And then we'll clean this up real quick. Never mind. Never mind. Fine. Fandoms are questionable, but honestly, engaging in fandom close at least of enjoying media. Yeah. Yeah. Hard same. I haven't been in a fandom in a hot minute, because I simply cannot. I simply cannot. I think it makes the actual media and the enjoyment of it actually less. I know for 99% of people it's the other way around, and that fandoms are where like most of the joy comes from. And I am all for supporting you. You do you, but it makes it worse for me. So I don't do it. I know there has to be a few that I'm looking forward to. Hop back over to chat real quick while I upload our next one. There used to be some good animated shows. I can't lie. Yeah. No, there were some good ones. I know that I was sorry. I can't think and type at the same time. And I'm not even typing. So things just happen. Anyway. So okay, so we did Hump, we did Bongo, we did Bonk. We did all of those. Uh-oh. I did not prepare for this. We might just be kind of going for stuff. I know I wanted to do the other coffee one, but have it be May. However, there is something else that we can do. So I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to get back to our screen. But there's something else we can do. We can keep going on emojis, even though I have not prepared for that. We might as well do this one. Or we can perhaps sketch some storyboard for an idea that I'm having, a very ambitious idea. Maybe it's our age, I don't know, but I always end up being frustrated. Just throw stuff at you. You see things you don't like against your... I hate that. Yes. I hate that part. No, I know way back in like 2020 is when they dropped that can't be right. It's 2026 now. That can't. Way back in 2020 they dropped the Hazbin Hotel like pilot episode, and I remember thinking like, ooh, this actually looks like a lot of fun. This looks fun. And then it came out and I was like, this isn't fun anymore. Why isn't this fun anymore? I don't get it. What went wrong? And Lynn and I actually talked about it a bit, and we're like, I think it's the musical. I think it's the music part. I think if there was less musical, it would have been more fun. But maybe that's just me. Obviously, it popped off. Maybe I'm just not the audience. That's always an option. But yeah, I remember being excited when the pilot came out. But it could absolutely be our age. It could absolutely be our age, because at the same time, I remember I was meeting Lynn when we watched... Yeah, that was like one of our first things we did together as friends, is we watched Gravity Falls together. And I know that one's like technically like for kids, for family, like it wasn't like for adults, and therefore it didn't have the problem of like being too edgy or whatever, but it was just like such a good balance. I loved Gravity Falls a lot. I don't know if it aged well. I want to watch it again. I assume it has, because the fandom's still going strong, and like I haven't, fingers crossed, heard anything bad out of the Gravity Falls fandom. So Like I said last time, I was cosplaying Gravity Falls when I lost my wallet. So cosplay, and that was so much fun to go do that together. A lot of things. There's a lot of things that just look like they should be so good, but then they're just not. Bruin redeemed Hydrate and said maybe some small avatars for top supporters you could put on the screen. Ooh, that's a good idea. Small avatars, top supporters you can put on the screen. How do other people do that, Brune? I might need your help with that. Are they like generic, like, and then you add their name to it? Oh, you said more than that, May? Uh-oh. My bad. Oh, you did like a thing on AI. Hold on. You literally can't do anything about big companies using it. We can actually. We can do something about it. We can. It's called legislation. I know most people ignore it. I know a lot of companies ignore it, but it does actually do things. I don't think we should just accept it. What my hot take with AI is that there is so much good it can do in the world of like science and math and stuff, being STEM laboratory focused for the last 10 years. Like there are things you can do with it that are good and stuff, but the generative stuff is just like bad call, everybody. People love Over the Garden Wall. Over the Garden Wall is great. Over the Garden Wall is fantastic. Big, huge win on Over the Garden Wall. Yes, I really recommend it. We're coming up on fall time. It's a fantastic fall time watch. Great time to watch it. A PNG you can just add to your stream for supporters. But like, what does it look like? What is it? Is it like a little dude? Like just a little guy? Like just a little guy? Or is it specific to the person? Like, do I draw a Brunebot dude? Or a Lynn dude and a Sen dude? Or specific. Okay. An owl, you just put a PNG on the OBS panel. Okay. So I draw little doodles for like dedicated viewers. Like one each for dedicated viewers. There are good things to be done in medicine too with AI. Yes. Yes. However, there's also the idea of like, and I had this conversation. This is something that I need to go fill up my water bottle, and then you guys can decide if you want me to go on my like STEM AI medicine like rant because I have opinions on it, being from an immunology lab. So ad starts in 2 seconds on Twitch. I'm gonna go fill up my water bottle. I assume you can still hear me, but I'm gonna go fill that up and you guys can decide if you want to hear that. You guys can decide, but be right back. Hi, I came back. I made juice. I made juice and I drank a lot of it. I'm hydrated, I promise. I have my juice with me now. Tarot webcam? Wait, no, that's not what I wanted. Hi. Hi. You can tell I'm using my phone. Let's pull myself back up over here. Yeah. So anyway, I'm willing to bet there's still an alert to yours. Probably. I would have this conversation with my coworkers. And I'd have them. We all had opinions, that's for sure. So the thing is that I worked at a lab that was doing immunology work, doing like important stuff to figure out how stuff worked and giving away the information for free just to help other people. Ad break is over in 10 seconds on Twitch. Still don't know if you can hear me or not. It's fine. The thing is we had an entire lab where we were making these images in the lab. There was a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. But one of the things we were doing is having samples with special human samples with special liquids going into a special machine, getting special pictures taken, having those special pictures analyzed by special people with special degrees in special programs to get special information out of them, right? That's the whole pipeline, and these images probably costed thousands of dollars a piece. And sometimes they weren't any good and you needed to do another one, right? Normal laboratory stuff, honestly. And I remember asking my coworkers, like, hey, I know we're using samples from people who like signed waivers and said, I'm letting you use my samples for research, right? If you could wear a, like, basically the same thing as like a Apple Watch. If you could wear an Apple Watch and it just like made those pictures more or less for free and just kind of like sent them to a lab with your permission, right? You can take off or put on the bracelet. That's up to you. You're not forced to wear it. But if it just kind of made those pictures for free and sent them to the lab, would you wear that? Would you trust that? Would you trust that that's the only place those pictures are going and that's the only thing they're doing with those pictures? Do you trust that that information is secure or secure enough, right? Because I feel like humans intrinsically are kind. We want to help each other. We want to be generous and to give, right? We want to cure diseases. And there's a lot of stuff that AI can do in this kind of field, right? But if we just like said screw ethics, if we said screw ethics, we're doing it the Vulcan way, where the need of the many outweighs the need of the few, and we just give I don't know, ChatGPT the entire database of every single hospital's Epic system, which is where they store all of the patient data, and just told it like, hey, find patterns, figure out diseases, tell us what the warning signs are and who we need to talk to next to like early stage stop stuff. First of all, like, do you trust that? Second of all, is that kind? Right? Insurance companies, we're not even talking about insurance companies yet. Insurance companies are a whole nother ball game. Insurance companies want that information badly because like there's I had so much coursework in school about like the ethics of if we should even offer genetic testing to people, or if it's coercive to even like give them the option to have genetic testing done. Right? You would think the answer would be no. Oh, wait, you're just offering something. You're just like, what if they have a family history and you want to like make sure? Yeah, okay. What if they have a family history? And what if they have a family history but they don't have the thing? Right? Then you're just making them scared. Then you're like literally just making people scared for no reason. Right? I don't trust technology to the point I don't buy any new phone model because the way they're implementing AI is sus. Yeah. I haven't talked to my dad about it, but he's a mechanic and he's been talking about computers in cars for years now. Because he's basically just a computer guy at this point. He started by being a car guy, and now he has to be a computer guy because they're just computers on wheels. This is not how it's working. And the whole like data collection of cars has just steamrolled me in like I feel like the past week. Like I feel like I'm just now kind of putting the pieces together. And I'm like, oh my god, did my dad like know this the whole time? He's somebody who just doesn't talk, by the way. He's one of those silent dads. I'm like, have you been grappling with this ethical problem for years and years and have just not told anyone? I've refused genetic testing for that reason. I was given coursework. I was given a lot of coursework on this topic and I still fell for it. And I got genetic testing done and I regret it. Because it's very easy to use the promise of being healthier or the chance, a percentage chance to be healthier as a way to scare people on accident. It doesn't even have to be on purpose. It can be entirely on accident. I was just in my early 20s and fresh out of college and kind of easily spooked and dumb. Even though I had just gone through all of that coursework that told me I shouldn't have done that, I did it anyway. And I regret it because now, if anything ever happens to how insurance works, I'm currently have the option of it being a bad thing, right? Guess what email I received? Wait. You received what email did you receive? I'm a little bit confused about that. What email did you receive? Yeah, I wanted it to be helpful. I wanted it to be helpful so bad. I was so stupidly optimistic with AI, and I will admit it. I was so stupidly optimistic with AI, and I will admit it. And I've asked it for help before with things like coding, especially with like Unity and stuff. I've asked it for help with coding because everyone's like, oh, you don't even. I'll go to like the Unity help Reddit and be like, hey, can I get some help with this? And they're like, why didn't you just ask AI? And I'm like, because I went to Reddit. Like, what the fuck? Like, the updating policy will show you ads. Yeah, of course. That's terrible. Awful. And manipulative, right? But yeah, I asked it code questions, and you know what it did? It just like continually got stuff wrong over and over and over. And I had to point it out. I was like, "Hey, no, that's wrong actually." And they're like, "Oh my god, you're so right. You're so smart for noticing that." And I'm like, "No, I went to the thing everyone hails as the smartest thing on the planet and asked it a question of the topic it should be most knowledgeable in, and it got it wrong to the point where someone at the beginning of learning figured out that it was wrong. I'm not so smart. I'm astounded at how bad you are at helping me." I had learned phones listen in on your conversations, but I had never noticed. I mean, this is like a story that's very old at this point, but there is a story about a lady who like lived with her dad, question mark, and got in big trouble because she started receiving coupons in the mail. So you can tell this is an old story because she started receiving coupons in the physical mail for diapers. And her dad thought she was keeping something from him and got really, really mad. And now this could be an urban legend, right? But this is what I've heard. Take with it as you will. And she's like, "No, please don't be mad. I don't know what's going on. This isn't right." The algorithm, and this was like pre-2020 algorithm, had figured out that she was pregnant before she did because of the things she was Googling, because of like symptoms and probably like food that she had Googled. It had figured it out before she did. And I think about that story a lot. It's probably an urban legend, let's be real. But the fact that I don't know and could not be like sure says a lot. It could happen. And like that's the kind of place we live. Anyway, there are things we can do about AI. There are things we can mitigate, stop, legislate. Yeah, you saw this story too? Yeah, this is like pre-2020. So way quote unquote primitive algorithms. I've also heard that story and it sounds like it's legitimate. Hi, Yandere. Good to see you. What an interesting conversation to come in on. Yeah, I got started on something that I probably shouldn't have gotten started on, but here I am. And I'm using the mirror tool, even though I know I shouldn't be, because it always annoys me so much. But it's a symmetrical image. Now this line I shouldn't really even care about because it will be erased later, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Really upset that every time somebody says hi with more than one I, my YouTube will like auto translate it to this. And I'm like, what is happening? And I've only just now noticed. I was just like, what's going on? I just didn't understand. Oh, wait, no. Well, I think more like that would be what we're going for. And her nose is like kind of normal. Lynn's nose is more like jackalope? Jack pumpkin? Oh my, jack-o'-lantern. Carved pumpkin jack-o'-lantern. Oh my gosh, my absolutely. I looked up. I said. None of us watched the Amazing Digital Circus. It's been on my that's probably good list for a while, but I just haven't watched it. There we go. You watched all of it? I've heard it's good. If it's not, that's fine. But did I do all of that on one layer? I did. Wow, okay. Ah, I see. Okay. I was wondering why they were like that. I was like, that doesn't make sense. That perspective doesn't make sense. In fact, it did. In fact, it did, and I'm just a dummy. And also, the cup does have to extend beyond. I need to be able to extend beyond sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't know what I meant by that. I'm just so tired. Exhausted today. Spoiler free, it does not stick the landing. Still enjoyed it, but it's narratively unbalanced in a way that ruined it for some smokes. Oh man. Okay. Okay. And then we'll grab colors. Canvas. We can finally turn this off. Oh. I think it was an enjoyable watch. I'm not trying to hold it to ridiculous standards. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that, like, quote unquote drama with that. I know that I am biased to side with creators with this kind of stuff. Hello? Here we go. Very critical videos. Ask me anything, I'll tell you. Apparently, at least a little. No, I think that makes sense. Aw, that's sweet. And then I'll probably have them like eyelash bits. I did them white here because her like eyeliner is white. I'll probably leave them white here as well. Yeah, circles back. It does circle back. I feel bad for the Chainsaw Man creator. Is that the one with the meme that's like, "Thank you, Chainsaw Man." What? Because you're a man with a chainsaw? Is that what happened with that one, or is that a different problem from a different book? Color. What color is the mug? We gave Lynn an orange mug. Let's give May a red mug. That's the meme from the ending. Okay. Okay. Okay, at least I'm not completely out of the loop. That does make me happy. If you don't like it, create your own stuff. I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the middle of creating my own stuff. I'm working on it. And then she needs her whiskers. You wanted it to be different so bad. No. Don't think I've ever done out of frustration before. Yikes. That's sad though. So the hope makes sense. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta stick with an artist, even with stuff that maybe isn't so good. Were you nasty about it, were you? I'm nasty about it if you ask me things. I'm nasty about some things. Ask me about James Patterson and ask me about my opinions on James Patterson and I can get nasty. I think it's good to be critical of the author. You have to give them a chance to present you the full picture. Yes, it's true. Again, easier than I thought it would be. It's fine. And we're hitting the point for Hachi P being taped for the OP was elite boy. Ooh, yeah. Constructive criticism is different. I don't know if I would so much say it's constructive or if I would say that like the entirety of my artistic output has been dictated by my intense need to be better than this man. Because he simply like, oh man, that's another rant I can absolutely get into if you want me to. I have opinions about things that fundamentally shaped my brain when I was a child. Okay, we're gonna look at the emotes real quick. I need to take a look. Were there any others that we were desperately wanting? Not yet, I don't think. We have room for more. I know that much. We have room for more. And I think letting them come naturally might be a good choice. If I was to do Brune's suggestion, I would want to kind of send messages to the people who I know are already quite active in chat and happy in chat, like you guys. I mean, I guess I could do you guys right now, but got fan. Better than which man? I'm so curious. Well, we already got that one. We did the confetti one instead of the rainbow one, unfortunately. So the non-subbed tier in Twitch is full up. They're full up. We have one more animated one and this new not animated one to upload to Twitch, which means I think we have a total of like 3 more stills and 3 more animated, so we can do 4 subs. We don't have a whole bunch of subs. I think it's better to let them come more naturally, right? Burnout is so real, and I'm bumping up against it. Been in burnout for a while. I don't want to ever be mean to creators struggling with it. Yeah, it's hard. For me, a lot of it is I think we don't have to rush it though. No, we don't have to rush it. We don't have to rush it. But I think that it would be fun. Hold on, I'm gonna make a folder for this because I'm absolutely a Virgo and I need to make sure it goes away. Okay. No, no thanks. There we go. We don't have to rush it. No, it is sweet. Burnout is very real. Burnout is very real. The thing with that is real life is what gets me into burnout most of the time. Art is actually like my escape from burnout 90% of the time. So I simply don't have, knock on wood, the same experience. And I'm built different. That's not true. That's not true. I'm not built different. But I can't imagine getting famous and then like having to just keep chugging, right? I'm already chugging at a point where I am not famous and I am getting so tired. Not from the art though. I'll say that now, not from the art, just from the chugging. But anyways. Yeah, you can Andre doll have the story. Do you guys have, I'm gonna switch over to another screen so I can pull up a new canvas shape, right? But do you guys have things where you were obsessed with something when you were like a preteen and it kind of just completely rewrote the way your brain worked and you kind of like that kind of trope or that kind of story or that kind of storytelling is like what you gravitate towards now, even if you've put that particular story in your past, right? Does anybody else have that or is that just me? Is that just me? I hope it's not just me. Back to gallery. Part of the issue was being famous and connected to the fandom, unfortunately. If they had been less time, maybe. Yeah. Connected to the fandom is so hard. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I'm not alone. Not alone. Good to know. Let's go for this size. And I'm going to move it so it's this way. Fruits basket. Fruits basket, good choice. Good choice. That's one of Lynn's. That's one of Lynn's formative pieces. So I had that problem with a particular book series too, from Lord of the Rings. Fantastic choice. Wonderful choice. You guys are good at picking. I am not good at picking, unfortunately. I go back and I'm like, these are bad. These are bad. So there's this man. I don't know if you know this man. I don't know if you know James Patterson, but he's the author in every airport bookstore that has like, man puts out like a book a month for the past 30 years. He usually does, I think, like crime thrillers is his genre. I'm gonna say I haven't read any of his other things. I've read 2 of his series when I was 14, and they reshaped my whole ding dang brain, and they're bad. They're really, really bad. A lot of things were formative. Fruits Basket was first slower story, super in-depth character works, and focus on interpersonal relationship and trauma. Yes, it's a very good choice. The only thing with Fruits Basket that I like to make fun of it for, because I love Fruits Basket, is how like everything has to go so hard. Why does it all have to go so hard? Why does everyone have to be like level 11 traumatized? Did it have to go that hard? Also Harry Potter and Sonic. Mood. Okay, that's fair. He's very prolific. It's true. He's extremely prolific. I've only read 2 of his series. He wrote one series specifically for children called for preteens, called Maximum Ride. Oh boy, I have feelings. You just reminded me of other not so good brain reshape stuff. Oops, sorry. Always surprised by how much he's written. Yeah. There's one in particular that's for preteens called Maximum Ride. And it's about like, first of all, I need you to just sit down and go on this story with me for a minute. It's about preteen kids who have been lab rats for evil scientists, and they have wings. And they break out of the lab and have a little life together, and there's drama and intrigue and a talking dog that never gets explained really, and clones, evil clones, and like weird family drama, and like weird family drama. Like, and I'll say that yeah, he wrote this one, or a ghostwriter under a very strange name to pick wrote this one. One of my best friends was obsessed with that series. Yeah. No, it was big. It was big it was big for a while, and it was bad, right? But like, we're like, oh, it's for preteens. It's allowed to be bad. Things for young girls are allowed to be bad, right? Okay. So, okay. I'm like, what's going on? It's because I'm on a weird brush. The thing is that he has another series that's the same exact premise. It's the same exact premise. A group of preteen kids who have wings and are lab rats and were experimented on by evil scientists with the same names. Like, they're the same characters with the same names, with the same backstory, except it's written like one of his 4 adult thrillers. It's, if you want to look it up, it's called By the Lake, I think is what it's called. By the Lake. It's so bad. Like, and I don't mean that as in like it's, you get to see how shitty I sketch, by the way, today. As in like it has bad payoff or anything. No, I mean this is in like the main villain is like cartoonishly evil. Like there's this like like cartoonishly evil. And one of the first series I wanted to write was about lab rat kids that escaped and started a community, and knowing about that series made me not know. Yeah, it's a lot. It's absolutely a lot, and it's terrible. And like I said, it rewrote my entire brain as a child. I chose my major because of this. I chose like what I wanted to do as an adult because of this. Also, like, can we talk about how they announced, okay, this is like a tangent that I'm sorry, I'm not drawing at all. I'm just yapping about this because I'm so obsessed. They announced a movie about this, not By the Lake, but Maximum Ride, the teen one. They announced a movie version like when I was in middle school. They announced that a movie was going to happen. And I was like, oh yeah, hype. We love to see it. And then it just never came out. And everyone just kind of thought it fell through. Until one day when I was out of college. I had graduated college. And suddenly there's a Maximum Ride movie that just appears on Amazon with no fanfare. There's no advertisement. There's no hype. There's no trailer. It just, Amazon knows that I am unhealthily angry about Maximum Ride for some reason, because the algorithm knows everything, as we already talked about earlier. So it showed me that this movie had come out. Like 15 years after, or 15 years after I thought it was, right? Comes out to no fanfare at all. Everyone had forgotten this series. It was gone. And they're trying to bury this very clearly, since there's no advertising and no pushing. And I click on it because, like, of course I have to watch it. It's kind of like when they just did the Uglies movie. I was obsessed with Uglies as a kid, right? I was obsessed with Uglies as a kid. Same kind of thing. We love genetic malpractice. We love to see it. Click on it. You can't see the way I'm like pulling at my face right now. Do you want to take, you could not in a million years guess who the executive producer of this movie is. You could not in a million years figure it out. I'm going to lean in way into the microphone. You can't tell, but I'm leaning way into the microphone. I'm going to whisker it for you. Jenna Marbles. Jenna Marbles. It's not on her IMDb, by the way. It's scrubbed. They're on IMDb. They try to credit another, like a different Jenna Marbles, and I'm like, I'm so positive it's the same Jenna Marbles. Jenna Marbles, the YouTuber Jenna Marbles, the one with the 2 weird-looking dogs. I never watched Jenna Marbles. Well, let's be clear. I knew of her existence and I knew she had two weird looking dogs. Um Jenna Marbles was not even close to near my list. Exactly. You could not in a million of years have figured that out. Um Executive producer. I recommend hate watching this movie on YouTube, Maximum Ride, executive produced by Jenna Marbles, just because it's possibly the worst movie I have ever seen in my entire life. Not because I'm invested. I am invested, right? I am extremely invested. However, it is so much worse than you could ever, like, they casted by having auditions and picking the worst ones. Like, not in terms of like, oh, they don't match the characters. No, like, they just act badly. They just act so incredibly badly. The set design is literally just like an empty warehouse with plastic on the walls. It is so like, I really recommend, if you have like a terrible movie night with your friends, please watch this one. It's so extremely bad. It's so bad. Anyway, that was my tangent on that one. Anyway, I have since rereading these two series as an adult to the best of my ability. I obviously could not finish because they were so bad. Drew gave me such an intense burning fire in my soul. I can do better than this. This was successful enough that the prolific author James Patterson got a terrible movie by Jenna Marbles for a really, really bad story. I can do better than this. Like, on principle, yes, I can, but also, like, artistically, I can do better. So I'm going to. And that's where my art passion comes from, dear friends. All of my art passion comes from one-upping James Patterson and Jenna Marbles. So, like, I guess that's a thing. I don't know. I only remember the one was named Kermit. One was named Kermit. A good boy. They hire people with no love for the source. The source deserves no love. The source is also bad. The thing about the movie that I have to explain to you is if you watch it, it is actually a very good adaptation of the book. The book is also just that bad. The book is also just that bad, and then on top of it, there's bad actors. Like, maybe, like... Anyway, one night we might have a watch party. Because it's aggressively bad. Anyway, I need to pull up a ref because I haven't been pulling up a ref this entire time. And I need to do that. Right now my ref is in my brain as the new House of the Dragon. Oh, okay. I was like, High School of the Dead? We must have the audacity. We must have the audacity. It's so true. We need it. It's important. Precure, transformation, detective. It's the detective one. This one. Cure answer and cure mystique. I don't think you can hear this. I hope not. And this one. And this pose, I think, is the one. Yeah, oh, if I can't. There we go. Something like this. No, no, High School of the Dead foams it out. Nice. Okay, can you see? I'm going to hope and assume that you can see. Okay, you can. But this is generally my pose reference. Again, please ignore how badly I sketch. I compare myself to Lynn, who has legitimately only sketched for like 20 years. I do not have, people will just like come on and sketch and make a pretty thing, and I'm like, that's it. I'm not built like that. I'm not built like that. I am built to sketch it extremely badly and then slowly refine it into something worth looking at. So I'm sorry you have to look at this as it is. I almost kind of like want to look at the butterfly. I always hated the butterfly song, the Vocaloid butterfly song. I don't remember what it's called. Butterfly on My Shoulder. Never a fan. Never liked it. Unfortunately, I know how huge it is. But I think that's also might be the pose I'm going for. But we're gonna see what we got. Okay, I have to finish packing. Lurking. Thank you for lurking, Sen. I'm happy that you are here. Yeah, there's some. This isn't like this, maybe. Okay. I said. Oh, I don't know that one. Feet. And then oh, is that the name of the song? In Japanese? Probably. I thought you meant magnet at first. I would have been instead. Oh, wait. Unfortunately, I don't like either of them. And I was thinking of magnet. Because magnet's the one that has the butterfly headphones art, right? Is magnet? Or is that butterfly on my left shoulder? I don't like either of them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. First line for butterfly on your right shoulder. Oh, okay. My my love was unfortunately, not unfortunately, I stand by my decision. My love is for, I don't like magnet. I was so hardcore. Everyone, literally everyone was hardcore about that song. Literally everyone was hardcore about that song. You are not alone. You are not lacking in people to reminisce with. I don't know. I just didn't like it. It just wasn't for me. The thing is that I liked Upside Down Reverse Rainbow for my Yuri. Toxic Yuri in the moment. Upside Down Reverse Rainbow. I liked basically anything by Saran K. Is that how her name is? How do you say her name? The Miku cosplayer, the terrifying Miku cosplayer alien thing. What is this? As much as I tease, this is now one of my favorite bits of Lady Lapine trivia. That I don't like magnet. I'm sorry. I love Vocaloid stuff. Shoot. Vocaloid. What was the name of that song? It was like Bugs. It had the Bug music video. Vocaloid monster. She's a VTuber now, by the way. If anyone didn't know, she's a VTuber now. Never expected that. Vocaloid. Yeah, you know, Sanin Ka, something like that. Kosnika? Ah, Kal Kalnika. 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 She's a VTuber, by the way. Bacterial contamination. Huge fan of machine music. Basically anything by Sanin Ka. Huge fan. Upside Down Reverse Rainbow. My favorite Vocaloid song is... Shoot, I have a... Hold on. I have a playlist somewhere. Here? My favorite Vocaloid song. I'm so upset that I can't remember what it is now. Is... You're coming along with me because there's no way I'm not telling you after today's yap session. Playlists. No? Me. View all playlists. I didn't get rid of it, did I? There it is. Rolling Girl is great. We love Rolling Girl. That was... Hell yeah. We love this. Love Love Nightmare. Love Love Nightmare is my favorite Vocaloid song 17 years ago. Wow, it's been... Reverse Rainbow. Meltdown, obviously classic. We love Meltdown. Top tier, top 5 Vocaloid songs of all time. Meltdown. ARPK. ARPK and Flutascone. But Love Love Nightmare has my heart. Love Love Nightmare has my heart. I went through a phase with Love Love Nightmare. Literally, heck yeah, you did. Heck yeah, you did. That's what I want to hear. I have to look up the magnet pose because I think that that's also kind of what I'm going for here. I think, unless I'm crazy. Isn't there a full body pose of this version? Like a whole thing? No, it's really just the kissing, huh? It's really just the kissing. Maybe I'm thinking of a different song. Meltdown's top tier, yes. Matryoshka is also very good. You were meant to find this community, in fact. Also recommend Flutascone, I think is the name of it. Flutascone. It's a Luca song that's like probably, I think I just looked at it, 17 years old. I also really like that one. It's about an asthma attack. Everyone, I remember being 17 and everyone thought it was about drugs, and it's literally just about an asthma attack. Hello. I was gonna say that. Not that one. Hyperventilation dance. Oh, is that what it's called? Maybe it has another name I didn't know about. I also really enjoy... I didn't say it because I knew I wouldn't be able to pronounce the word, but here I am gonna go find it again. Really enjoy... I know I can't pronounce this. Oh gosh. Pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Big fan of this one. Pneumonional yeah, no. We're not gonna mess with that one. Not again. I'll just paste it. It's fine. This one, I like that song a lot too. Oh, I'm so glad. You have not heard of that? Oh, it's good. I think you'll like it. If you have my kind of taste in Vocaloid music, I think you're gonna like it. Hello, Code Brawl. What a great day for copy and paste. It's true. Cat. Oh, did I accidentally? No, I didn't. I was like, oh, did I turn into Lynn? No. Thank goodness. Poor Steph. That's okay. Steph has to deal with my dead eyes when anyone talks about Homestuck, so I think she can handle it. So, like, this is the vibe I want to be going for, I think. And then we would, like, duplicate it, and we would probably flip it both ways. Unsure. Something like this. Something very stereotypical, you know? Right? Something, and we would have like a sun moon kind of thing going on here. Oh yeah, you simply can tell I am not giving any kind. Right? Everything is coming up beyond AB. Hello. There you go. Now you guys can have some quality time together. But I don't want it to be like a yin yang, actually. Now that I think about it, I don't want it to be a yin yang. I want it to be, like more like this, but facing each other. Takes up so much space. It kind of looks like they're sitting, which is also not what I'm going for. How do I want to say this? Because I would like it to be kind of like a falling animation. Imagine someone saying cat and I genuinely spawn in. I love that idea. Not gonna lie. It's a good word to spawn in on. I want it to be so that they kind of like, maybe I can just kind of show you guys this way. They kind of like fall into frame. There's a whoo, and then there's a bounce. Or like a floaty effect where they fall into flame, they kind of float for a second, they poof into Lynn and May, and then the Stuffies like fall the rest of the way down. Right? So I guess it would be something more like, and like they can cross legs even. I think that would work. Something this size, maybe. And they woo fall down, kind of bounce, and the plushies whoop, bounce down as well. So I'll make it so I can see the whole thing on one layer. Oh, we got got hearts, thank you. Because, like I was saying, this is the the magical girl transformation I was thinking about. Don't procrastinate. Uh-oh. So first of all, head too big. First problem, head too big. A problem I create for myself quite often. And then what else are we going for here? I'm gonna make, hold on. I'm gonna make the canvas size larger. Water. Larger. We're gonna go for like 3,000. We don't need an aspect ratio to be kept by like 3,000. That way I can kind of plan out how I feel like this is going to go without cropping anything on accident, because that's the bane of my existence, is when things crop on accident. So it'd be more like this, and then the hands would actually kind of not do this. The hands would be more, don't waste your energy on me. And then I get humbled. No. Kind of like reaching for each other, I think. Hello, Pleiades. It's good to see you. I'd have my hat, which I think would kind of like be off of my head a bit. I'd have my big old skirt. And it's not, I don't want it to look like it's draping because we're falling. We're not sitting, we're falling. Kind of Alice in Wonderlandy. Be more like that. Let me get this thought out of the way real quick. There we go. Oh. 2 streams at once, the most I can handle processing. $30, but were you processing all 30 streams, right? I didn't duplicate it in time. Never mind. That's all right. Duplicate. Flip. What? I think I flipped it the wrong way. Yeah. This way. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That's the vibe. And we're going to get all this out of the way because this will be Lynn. Like, I can understand 3 at once if I lock in. You've got this. You've got this. So Lynn hasn't totally, like, solidified the design, but we're going to go look on the Discord real quick for how this design more or less works, right? Oh, Rua's got some pretty art in there. Hello, Cherry. Hi, hi. I thought your ribbon looked so good. Yeah, it's a little hard to do that. I have, I think, the same ribbon in black, actually. In art from Lynn. Mm. Oh, you can't do from anymore in filters? Interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find that. Well, maybe. You guys get to see me just absolutely floundering. Consumptive she. I forgot we talked about that. I wish I had time to do so many more things. I have so many shows I want to rewatch, and I'm like, absolutely not. You don't get to rewatch things. You have so many things you need to do that are new. Aha. Okay, we have a little bit. We have a little bit of a design here. Yeah, you would just simply never recover. Simply never recover. Okay, I see that you can't see what I'm doing when I'm looking at Discord, so we're just gonna glance. We're gonna embed all of this information into my brain, and then we're gonna try and do it from memory. We've got a kitty cat tail that is kind of fluffy, just a little bit fluffy. We've got some of those cute old-fashioned high pants Lynn loves so much. Vest. Necessary. We always need big vampire ruffles on the cravats. Completely necessary. Oh, wait, they have cat ears. I have not discussed with Lynn if they are one of the abominations that has both cat ears and human ears, but I think I would simply not allow it to exist in my universe if that was the case. I can't stand it when people do that. I'm like, you have cat ears. That's it. That's the whole thing. You don't get to have anything else. You don't get to have both. You get to have cat ears. I never watch new things without intervention and will be rewatching something I've seen 49 times. Blah, yeah, both. Yeah, both are a big mood. If it's popular, it is so hard to get me to watch something. Like, almost impossible. Same with, like, playing a game. Mm-mm. If it's popular, hang it up. Bungo Stray Dogs? I have been told to watch Bungo Stray Dogs. I have been told. I have a friend who really loves the clown character who yaps about the clown in prison. Clown in prison? I don't know. Apparently it's very funny. I believe them. What do you think about the weird empty spot where human ears should be? There's more hair goes there. There's simply more hair that goes there. They're a cosplayer. Clown is crazy. Understandable. Understandable problem to have. But what can I say other than we love the crazy ones? So so like I was saying, the idea would be that they kind of like falling down. Leela is objectively correct about the ear thing, by the way. Thank you, Yandere. Yandere gets me. Thank you. When we'd fall, we do a little bounce. We would then like poof, like a magician smoke poof. It wouldn't really be a magical girl transformation, I don't think. And then be May and Lynn, and then fall the rest of the way down, right? I don't know what they're talking about, but maybe they're talking about the magician. I don't know. Theodore sounds like a fake name, like Jimothy. Like Jimothy, like Timothy with a G. Theodore is just like Theodore with an F. If like fake name. By the way, have y'all heard about Jimothy? If I'm going on tangents today, have you heard about Jimothy? I highly recommend looking up Jimothy. Jimothy the raccoon. He's a real raccoon in Seattle. Jimothy is a real raccoon with a real congenitive disorder who has taken over the city. Everyone loves Jimothy. I suppose this is more or less correct, no? I saw some cats with similar build. Hello? What? I feel like I'm missing something. Cats. Oh, cat like as Jimothy? Yes. Jimothy is not in pain. Jimothy is not in pain. It's just it's a disorder. His parents took very good care of him. It's very beautiful, in fact. Nikolai's the magician. Oh, yes. I think I have been told about a magician as well. And then it has to have tails. There's simply nothing that makes Lynn experience gender more than having a vest or a coat with tails. I don't think it would curl like that. I think it would go out further. But I think they would have like a coat on. I think they would have like a whole coat on and not just their vest. Which means I'm gonna have to look at. I'm gonna have to look. They probably mean Nikolai. His design kind of gives clown. Gives game master. I don't know. Nikolai sounds familiar. Everybody has some kind of mental illness when I think about it. Yeah. The quote I was given was that the author said something like, I wrote this for sick people or something like that. I think it's just circus reminiscent. That's why clown comes to mind. Nikolai sounds correct. Nikolai sounds correct. I don't know. We gotta look at some coats. Men's not well the thing pirate specifically like pirate coats historical fashion. Yes, I'm looking it up on Pinterest. There we go. Now these are not tails is the thing. They're all about realistic historical fashion. But the coats that they're into aren't tailed. Well, I mean they're split in the back, but they're not tailed. We're gonna look at this one for rough for now. Seal Phantom Hive style icon. That boy has so many outfits. That boy has a plethora of outfits, perhaps even too many. You could argue too many outfits for a single boy. Whoever this not clown person was in Bungo, I distinctly remember them going off about a prison arc where they're trying to kill each other in prison, but also one of them is just like having fun. It's the one that's just having fun. That character. I could not afford OG style at the time. Yes. Correct opinion to have. We'll have big arm for big coat. I keep trying to get Lynn into OG, and they're like, I hate it. I'm like, but you're into historical pirate wear. How are you not into OG? And they're like, they don't tuck in their shirts. I'm like, can you look past that for like a minute to see that there are other places to buy clothes from? Okay, so we're gonna have the coat is gonna be open for sure, right? Coat's for sure open. And it's split down the middle. You can absolutely tell because the tail comes out. But that's also not sheep. See, we have Castlevania art on our wall, not even joking. And that is what Lynn will point to and be like, I want to look like that when we have to explain some gender to friends or something. They're like, I want to look like that. But Lynn could just tuck the shirt in. Exactly. And yet, this is something you're going to have to take up with them, not me, because I don't get it. We're going to flippy flap this one. We'll see how it is. I don't know. Leaving the shirt untucked gives more freedom. Apparently, it also just gives bad to Lynn. We'll have some pirate buckles. Same here. I don't think that's how that's gonna go, but we'll see how it is. But I do like how the ref I'm using has little buttons there. I don't love loose things around my waist. Yeah. And I mean, like, as somebody who is into Lolita and stuff, I get why. Because, like, in OG, for some reason, that people do not tuck in their shirts. But, like, if you were wearing a Lolita outfit and you just didn't tuck in your shirt, what are you doing? So I get it. I get the repulsion, right? What shoes am I wearing? I've completely forgotten what shoes I have given myself. Oh, right. I got cute little... Okay. Sorry, I had to remind myself what shoes I had. Ida! Like, don't get me wrong, my grandma always taught me to bouffant my shirt, which I still do to this day. Bouffant my shirts. Even when maybe I perhaps should not. But it looks nice. But I do, yeah. If I don't have something showing what my waist is, then I am informally dressed. then I am informally dressed, is my opinion on the matter. And that's fine. I'm allowed to be informally dressed. However, if I want to dress up, there needs to be something tight around my waist to show my waist. Otherwise, what am I even doing? And then I don't know what Lynn would be wearing for shoes. I'm assuming little dandy boy shoes, right? Yeah, bouffant means tucked in and then pulled out to poof a little bit, right? So you don't shove it all in there and call it good. But it has to be tucked in and then it has to be pulled out a little bit. It's very 50s, I think. But I like it. I think it looks cute. I think it looks cute and it makes me look put together, right? Because, like, we could go with Lynn with big old pirate boots, but I really don't think. I think that they want their fun buckle shoes because they get obsessed about the fun buckle shoes. Let me be real with you. They get obsessed about, like, the period accurate pirates actually wore buckle shoes, not big boots, not big riding boots. Pirates would not have worn riding boots thing. Mm-hmm. You just want to participate in the conversation? Thank you, Brew. Get Lynn on that tangent. It's a fun tangent to get them on. Ask them about pirates and wearing riding boots and how that's not what they would do. They wear, like, little pilgrim buckle shoes. Yeah, no, pilgrim buckle shoes is exactly what it is. Little dandy shoes. We're gonna have to fix this coat. I simply do not like the way the coat lays. If this coat was falling, how would it interact with the air? This one in the back feels more correct than whatever I have going here in the front one. So that would be... But what if I did it in, like, the other direction, right? So there's more artistic stuff happening, right? There's more variety. There's no way I locked them out, right? You're not locked out, right? Okay, cool. Lynn just got home. Other stream is playing stop motion movie. Peak? That sounds awesome. That's a bit better. But it does feel also wrong. Something more like that? I don't know. I don't know. I know that a lot of the time you can find Wallace and Gromit streaming on YouTube for free. Highly recommend the Wallace and Gromit movies. Something like that. And then we'd have like the little piratey bits. Pirate shoe debate was brought up and they were summoned. Fantastic. I was telling them that if they ever want to have a good conversation with you, the best way to do it would be to ask them why ask you why pirates in media wear riding boots, and just let you kind of go at it. Because pirates would not wear riding boots.
No, they would. I think it's because the riding boots look tough. No.
The shirt tucking in is what did it. It's true. Oh, we were also talking about how I try to get you into OG and you're like, but they don't tuck in their shirts. And I'm like, can you ignore that for like 5 seconds to realize you have more places to buy clothes from than you think?
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
No, absolutely not. I have.
You have standards, they say. Maybe. Hey, Sen, how's your computer, by the way? Lynn wants to know. Ah. Oh, thank you, Condiment. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sen, for letting me know. Shit. Mm-hmm. Lynn was just asking. That's it. 100% the provider's fault. Okay, well then at least you don't have to, like, wonder if it's yours, because it's not. Hmm? Understandable. Understand. We've been having a good time. I'm thinking of doing a little thing. People get confused. Why there are so many of us and there's so many names.
There's 3.
There's 3 of us. There's 2 of us. There's 3 names for 2 people. Where usually there's 1 name for 1 person, and it's confusing for people. You have to pay them to solve the issue they created.
I mean, when we lived in the United States, everything based out of Cuba was shut down.
Yeah. But not like, I don't know. So I was thinking of like a fun little animation where we like the 2 of us like fall into frame, and then like magician smoke poof into the 2 dolls, and then fall out of frame. And then it kind of conveys there's 2 of us.
And there's 2 of us.
And there's 2 of us.
At the end of the day, there's still
and
2.
At the end of the day, there's 2 of us.
The whole time.
The whole time. Instead of going, why are there 3 of you? And why are your voices different? Right? I feel like it would help. 2 children in a trench coat. I had to explain 2 children in a trench coat to some of my English students the other day. And it was fantastic. Highly recommend. Anyway, however, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I think I need to help Lynn with dinner. So
come on, it's Pelmeni.
It's Pelmeni night, Sen. Come on over. Come on down. Well, thank you for sitting with me. Thank you for hanging out. This is usually where we wrap up anyway. I will let Sin finish telling her story, but I will start to wrap up. Tell everybody thank you for being with me. Thank you for listening with me. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for letting me just like yap at you for most of this time instead of doing any art. I just kind of yapped. Sketchel, thank you. Good night, Steph. Good night, Andre. Good night, Brune. Good night, Cherry. So
Decent night, Sen.
decent night, Sen, please. Decent night, Sen. It's okay. We like it. Thank you. Good night. Haven't dealt with random blocked domains before. No. Tell you. Okay. Miss you.
Here, Sen. Here, hang on.
Hmm?
Email me, Sen, and I'll give you my WhatsApp.
Okay, good night, everybody.
And you can rant.
And rant at Lynn. Lynn misses you very, very much.
Okay.
So.
Alright.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Later.
Good night.